What's going on, guys? My name is Tyler, and welcome back to a Wannabe's podcast. I'm
What's
here with my
up?
best friend and host, Jonah.
What's up?
What's good?
Yeah,
Um, First, before we start, I just want to say if my mic quality sounds different, a little bit worse, because I'm using a different mic because I'm an idiot and I left my other one at my mom's house. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way right now. It should
it's
be
all
all up to
good.
normal in the next few podcasts.
It's all good.
How you been, Jonah? How's everything been during quarantine?
It's been all right. I've been throwing things back and forth. I released a new song today.
Oh yeah, quarantines, right?
Quarantines. We're quarantined. You get it?
Yeah, because quarantines,
Yeah,
because
and
we're
we're
like,
teens.
yeah, we're not adults yet.
Well, the whole song is about as goofy as that. So,
Fair enough, it is. I listened to it myself before
Mhm.
it came out, not as it came out, because I'm not giving you that play. Um,
Yo,
just kidding.
yo, I need those, man.
No, no, but it's a good song. It's really goofy. It's a good break. My girlfriend actually said it's a really good break from all your
Yeah,
serious songs. So I would say
appreciate it.
keep making goofy songs like that every once in a while. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I enjoy making those, man. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
when we made Leafin.
oh yeah, man. Is that a segue? Am I supposed to catch the alley oop there?
Well, you missed it. So, okay,
No, I
so a
mean,
couple over the summer, last summer, I think, um, me and him put out a song together. It was my second song on Spotify, like ever, and it's called Leafin'. And we were just like hanging out one day, and he was like, "You were telling me, okay, you tell the story about your friend from
okay.
summer camp, right?
Oh, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Who you?" He said something, and then he said, "You
Oh,
raking what
oh
I'm
yeah,
leafing?"
okay, yeah. So we were having a conversation. And I had no idea what the hell he was talking about, and he was like, he looked at me. He was like, you reckon what I'm leafing, man?" And I was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And so like we were talking about it, and like that whole day we kept making the joke, like, "You reckon what I'm leafing here?"
Yeah, yeah,
And then I think we got to talking about you and making music and how you weren't confident yet to put music out where you were rapping in it, because before it was all singing, and that's kind of where you thought your brand was at.
yeah,
So I was like, Jonah, shut up, because I know you're not bad at it at all.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, this is what we're gonna do right now. And also correct me if I'm wrong with the story here, but I'm pretty sure I was like, right now, me and you we're gonna make a beat, we're gonna write a rap song, and we're gonna produce it right now. We're gonna release it. We're gonna
Yeah.
write the song, make the beat, record it, and be it done today. And I'm pretty sure you said something lines of only if you're on the song with me or something like that. I
It was
think.
something along those lines. I don't know what our idea was, but I just know that we made it all in a day.
Yeah. And then sure enough, when we were talking about what songs we were gonna make, I think we were coming up with ideas, and I was like, "You raking what I'm leafing?" And you were like, "No, that's what we're doing the song about." So that
Yeah.
became the chorus of "You're raking what I'm leafing, I'm killing my demons." And
Illest
then
in the game, but you're never
we
gonna see it.
I think you did the melody, you made the the instrumental and everything, and then I think I laid down the drums on it, right?
Oh yeah,
And then
I made the melody, and then you made the beat.
yeah, and then we did that, and then we just sat there and played it in our office, or played it in your in our office. Oh my gosh, played it
Home
in your
studio.
room over and over again.
Yeah, yeah,
Writ some words down. Had AJ there to goof us up, or hype us up and goof with us, and then
yep.
I think we recorded it and we did the ad libs and we posted it. That I think we posted it that night, right? We were like we were gonna wait, and we are like nah nah nah, because we were gonna put on the
I
album, and
don't
you're
know.
like nah nah,
Maybe.
we're putting it out today,
Yeah,
or you at least put it up there, and then whenever we release it, release it. It was pretty sick. It was a great time though. We need to do
yeah.
more songs like that, like one day songs, because
Just
that was
like
fun.
out of nowhere, you raking when I'm leafing song. I mean, that is a fan favorite by a lot of people I know.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that song, go listen to it, because it's definitely really fun. It's just you can feel how much fun
Yeah,
we had
we
by
literally
listening to
just
the song.
messed with each other, like made fun of each other throughout the song.
Yeah, I made a bar where I spelled out Jonah's name. That was probably the coolest one. I called Jonah the N word in the song, and he had to stop me real quick.
Twice.
It's pretty twice, yeah. It was pretty
Yeah.
fire, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that song's pretty
I
lit.
called you gay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think what really made that song was the beat was just so simple, so like you couldn't get distracted by it too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we really just talked the whole time. It
hmm
was pretty lit. That was a great song.
it
So
was just oh man, it was just so much fun. There was one point where I made fun of you and I ended the bar and you were sitting like against my door and I was like no 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 and you said hey
hey,
and
and
we
we
left
kept
it
it.
in and it was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
Dude, that was so much fun. Like those are the stories we're gonna be successful one day calling over the podcast because the
Yeah, over the
podcast will
podcast.
last.
And we were talking about it. Yeah, and this podcast is awesome, dude.
Hmm.
I didn't think it was gonna be this fun. I mean, I knew it was gonna be fun, but I didn't think it was gonna be something that I really look forward to every week. So
Yeah,
it's awesome.
I love it.
Um, don't you have a new album coming out? Like I know you released, I believe, myself pretty soon, but you should or recently, but you're getting started
Hmm.
on a new album, right?
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it because I got college applications coming up, so I figure put out a new album during all this quarantine time. I've got all this time on my hands. I should do it, you know. And I've got all these ideas most days. Some days I'm like sitting in bed all day, but other days I'm just like exploding with ideas. So I figure why not make my ideas into an album for my portfolios for college and try to prepare as best I can. So I mean, okay. So this is the idea of the album, right? This
Yeah, I
is
was
the
gonna say
idea.
we've talked about it a little bit, and I
Uh,
remember you had this idea for a bit, but yeah,
mhm.
go ahead. So what are you thinking with it?
This is the idea for just overall arcing because I think an album with a kind of story is pretty cool or like a foundation of some sort. So the album's gonna be called Split, and it's gonna be the first couple songs and maybe interludes are gonna be pretty happy-go-lucky, inspiring, uplifting, probably more acoustic guitar sing-songy hits type stuff, right? Um, which also goes into the fact that I don't really like to be held down by a genre because I love all types of music. And then there'll be an interlude right in the middle of it that like separates the two, like every happy thought has another side to it or something. And then the second half is just not necessarily sad, but just super honest and
Deep,
authentic and like
yeah.
the real sides of some of the dark times. You know what I mean?
Might I make a suggestion?
What's up?
You, I would say you flip it. You flip the unless you have a better reason for it. I'd say you do the intense, deep songs first. Or maybe I don't know, but I would say do that because that way you end the album off in a happy note. I mean, I'm not
Hmm.
sure how many people our age listen to songs full like from start to beginning or start to end, you know.
Hmm.
And but I would say if many of them do, then we should, or not we, but you should do the sad songs first, that way it ends on a happy note. Or is there a reason why you think you should do the happy ones first?
I don't know. I've always kind of put the happy ones first. I think it's more. Um, I think I like
It's like a
the
good
idea
hook.
of being able to see the happy ones and like listening to those, and then like, oh, there's another side to it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Well, then I think the final song should be like at the end and sort of inspirational, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
So
way it ends it off on a good foot still.
I have like a not a full song. It's like a half song, like a minute 30, maybe 2 minutes. But
Yeah.
it's kind of like this build up kind of thing, and I want it to be more of a inspiration. Like even though there was the good times and the bad times, it all still comes together. It's all still me. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's awesome. Like
Yeah.
the good. It's not just that's how everyone is. Not just not no one's just made of completely happiness. No one's made of completely sadness. Both of them put together is what make you who you are.
Yeah,
I like that.
everyone's got
That's
both sides. It just depends on what they show, you know.
yeah, that's sick.
Hmm.
That's awesome.
And another thing, just last thing I'll talk. I'm not gonna talk about the album too much. But another thing is I was thinking about I have okay. I don't know if you know this artist. I think I played him for you, but his name's No Big Deal.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I love him so much, and he put out an album, and it had like a couple interludes in it. Like just a friend would call him or something and say something inspiring or something like that, and he'd just throw it in there. And I thought that was really cool. Except if I could do that with like a story driving kind of element to it,
Yeah.
where I could have songs that work really well by themselves, but have the album work as an entity together.
I think Kendrick Lamar did that on his Mad
Hmm.
City. I'm not sure if those calls and those clips were actually those interludes were actually like real life events, or they could just been loosely based off real life events. But he
Yeah.
did something like that, and it made the album so much better because like
Hmm.
there was a feeling throughout it. Another person who did that is Corday. YB and Corday did that on his
Yeah.
he made all of his songs led to kind of a even if they weren't all talking about the same thing, they all had like a theme behind it,
The
and
last one he put out, the last album he put out.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Me and AJ did a video reviewing that on YouTube.
You know, back to my, what is it called? It's called The Lost Boy, right? The Lost Boy,
Oh
YB and
yeah.
Cordae.
Yep.
Yeah, that to this day is probably my number one album I've ever listened to.
See,
I skipped one song on it.
what was it? One more
I
time?
didn't add. I no, I love that song. Oh my god, that
My
song was
bad. My
that's
bad.
one
My bad.
that's one of my favorite intro
Oh
songs.
yeah, it
Like,
was.
that song's sick. No, I don't remember. I think it's It might have been. I'm about to look right now on my phone, but yeah, like, and I remember it was the only song I didn't add to my to my phone either. Like that, the album is really good. I highly recommend it. Whether depending like doesn't matter what kind of music you listen to. That song is really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up
Excuse me.
too. I'm gonna pull it up too. It's
Oh
one
my
of those
god.
things where I've never listened to an album like that and really just like, cause we did like a normal review of it like anyone would do, um
Yeah.
and we sat there for like 2 hours and we just listened to each song and we would like pause and be like, whoa, and break apart the lyrics, and then rewind. It
Oh
was like,
yeah.
oh man, I've never listened to an album like that, so it was really cool. And now listening back to that, it's really different. It's kind of like when you listen to somebody and then you see them in person, like it's a completely different experience listening to
Oh
them
yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should do me, you, and AJ should do that on a new album that comes out. Cause you know me, I love lyrics and I love catching stuff like that. But yeah, we should
Hmm.
all do that next time. You should
Yeah.
count me in. By the way, the two songs that I skipped, there's actually two of them.
Hmm.
One I didn't even skip them. I listened to them. I didn't add them to my playlist. Is we gon' make it by him and Meek Mill,
Oh,
and then
stop.
have mercy. This is the second song. I only didn't add have mercy just because I listened to it so much when that song came out as a single that I just
Yeah.
wasn't my favorite. But it's still the song's fire. You know what I mean? I
Uh-huh.
just never listened to it. And when we gonna make it, it wasn't a bad song. It's just not my cup of tea. But it's a good song. The story behind the
Dude,
song is really good.
I just love the freaking chorus of that song.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
listened to
You
that
see,
on
the
repeat.
chorus is
I'm
what I
sorry.
kind of had an issue with it. Meek Mill's a great rapper, and like
Yeah.
everything he says is super tight. You know what I mean? His whole story's fucking phenomenal. Like no hate to
Hmm.
him at all.
Yeah.
But he sings, he gets off beat sometimes, which is like that's some people's style, and sometimes it freaking works. And I know there's some songs in Meek Mill that it's fucking fire when he does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
to me, this one just wasn't cutting it for me. But it's still a great song. I still recommend listening to
I
it.
don't know. I love that song, man. Could
Yeah.
have died on that pavement. Little pavement. All right.
Yeah.
What
um,
what are the
what's up?
favorite? What other favorite artists you got?
Oh, J. Cole is definitely at the top.
Oh, sure.
He don't like white people that much, but I like him. I still like him. He's really honest, and like the way he says it, it's not like antagonizing or rude or anything, but like he's still a great artist. It's a great storyteller from the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very inspiring for
Some of
how
the songs
real.
that you've sent me from about or that J. Cole wrote, just amazing. The one he wrote to
Yeah.
his friend's daughter,
Oh,
right?
yeah. The For Your Eyes Only.
For your
Oh my
eyes
God, that
only.
song is amazing. That song made my cousin cry.
Let me
That song is
understand
great.
me. Yeah,
Mm,
it's so good, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like a lot of his old, it's crazy how his music has changed so much as he's like grown older. He's like 30 now, right?
Oh
And
wow.
he's still like it's still story based and it's still really good.
Hmm.
And his new label, or not his new label, but his label, Dreamville is just so good at producing so many amazing artists I'd never known before.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's definitely probably number one. YB and Cordae is probably second, running for number one, honestly, because he's just amazing.
Yeah.
NF is somewhere in between everywhere. I always have my respect
he's
for
he's
him. You know what
he's
I'm
out of
saying?
it, and then he drops a new song. You're like, whoa.
Oh yeah, exactly. I really like Boss and JID. I'm putting them all with J Cole because they're part of his label, and they all just worked so well together.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know those.
I like a lot of artists. Chance the Rapper. I even like the Baby. He's like different from everyone, but
I like Chance the Rapper. I love Chance.
yeah, all of them are real good, real good.
I had like
Drake,
a
of course.
oh Drake's
Post Malone's. Post Malone's sick. I love how he adds some rock elements,
yeah.
rock and punk into his songs. I really like
See,
that.
here's the thing. I have these artists like Post Malone and like Juice World, especially since AJ's lived with me because
Oh
he's
yeah,
like loves Juice World. I
yeah.
like totally love their voices and totally love their music. I've just never sat down and listened to it, and maybe it's just because there's like an overwhelming amount of it.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like I don't want to listen to it and be like, oh man, I love this song, and they're like, have you heard these 80 other songs? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to like open up that can of worms. You know what I mean?
I'm serious when I say this. I think Juice WRLD would have been the Drake of our time.
Probably.
We just missed the Drake period. You know what I mean? Like we just
Mhm.
missed that era. You know what I mean? He's still dropping bangers, but like where he was
Yeah.
like popping as a youngin. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Drake is kind of old now. But Juice WRLD, like I'm serious when I say I don't think I've ever skipped a Juice WRLD song. Never, whether he's featuring on it or
Hmm.
he was, the main person on the song, or he, you know what I mean. I don't think I've ever skipped a Juice WRLD song, and it
Yeah,
really sucks that he was
I
one of the
just
ones
I
that
have
went.
a high memory or like a vivid memory of like driving away from a birthday party or something with AJ in the car, and he asked if he could uh have the aux cord, and he started playing Juice World for like an hour, and it was just like it's just something really relaxing about his music, man.
Oh yeah, his
It's
music is
something really
great.
deep. And I like all of those
Music is
artists low
sick.
key.
Yeah, music is sick. I mean, I always loved Mac Miller, but not necessarily for his music. Me and my dad used to watch his TV show, but then I decided recently when he passed to like actually go through and listen to his music because I
Uh,
was too young when his TV show was popping, like to really understand. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But going back and listening to a lot of his songs are super chill and super lit. It's cool. You
yeah.
could really sense what kind of person he was
Mhm.
from the way he was rapping on this. I really respect him a lot too.
Another person that I really respect that you showed me to is Joyner Lucas.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, talk about storyline and your music.
Yeah, I mean, he's old. He's an older guy too,
Uh
but
huh.
he's been in the game for a long time, and now recently, him finally getting his recognition by everyone. It's awesome. It's really happy
It's
to
really
see.
cool to think about like sitting down to write a song and like knowing I this is what I want to do with this song. Like I'm not racist, you know?
Oh my gosh,
Like
that song should have won. Excuse me, should have won Music Video of the Year in my opinion. The year it
mhm,
came out.
that was a good
But
music
yeah,
video, man.
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
keeping it 100.
Oh yeah, that one's a really good one. That one's a really slept on. People need to go listen to that one. The beat to that song is just so nice too.
Mhm.
Like everything to do with it is amazing. I would play it, but I'm not trying to get
I
copyright
mean,
strike.
I'm all for, hard songs and dope beats, There's a couple NF ones I'd pull up, a couple YBN
Oh
Corday
yeah,
ones, absolutely. But like a good story is what gets me, or a good like message and
yeah.
something that really touches your heart.
Something that you always think about. You know what I mean? Like after
Yeah.
the song's over for me. That's a
Something
big.
that's like I feel this mood and I want to listen to this song, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. So I mean, did you have anything else you want to talk about music wise?
Logic.
Oh, dude, how did we forget Logic? Gosh,
I was thinking
he is
about him when I
amazing.
said Joiner, but I want to talk about him first.
Dude, he tackles so many different genres of music. If you listen to his album,
Mhm.
except for the ones that are like number two, you know what I mean? For like so like Young Sinatra 4 and obviously Bobby Tarantino too. Like those are still the
Bobby,
same
bro.
styles as the. Yeah,
My
those are
thing
still
about
the.
Bobby.
Yeah, those are still the same ones as like the same genre, but like
Yeah.
his like Supermarket album, which was like a singer-songwriter album, that was a really slept on one too. I don't think he did any promotion for that album, which is probably why, but that album was really good. He has like Bohemian Rhapsody on that album was
That's
really
crazy.
good. He his his Under Pressure album was super sick,
Mhm.
depending on for how old it is. Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
His Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Oh, that album is
That's
so
the
nice.
album I have.
That album's nice, dude.
Um, one last thing, and
How
then we
did
can
I
go into.
forget Junior? How did I forget Logic? And then they had that Joyner and Logic had that big beef, and then they dropped ISIS, and it blew everyone's mind.
Bro, ISIS was so fire.
Oh yeah.
What was the one song by Joyner? Revenge? Have you heard that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've heard it.
We were
It's not
talking
one I
about.
listen to all the time, but yeah,
Yeah, I love Revenge.
I like off his new album. Let me look right now because I'm gonna have to remember because
I think.
I have not listened through ADHD yet. I
Oh,
just
I do.
I haven't had time to, but I got a feeling it's a really good album.
Oh, and freaking Will from ADHD.
Oh my gosh, have
Talking
you
about.
heard did you hear the remix where Will rapped on it?
No, yo, what?
Dude, you need to listen to. Dude, we might have to react to that after this. Seriously,
Do it on the
that
podcast.
song, dude, it really blew my mind.
Uh huh.
Like he really can still spit. He really can. Oh my god, I can imagine how big that was for Joyner. Like that was he killed it too. Like
Yeah.
it's not like he oh my, wasn't corny at all. It was
Uh huh.
freaking amazing.
We'll have to react to it for uh, and, like post it on Instagram and be like, listen to our podcast.
Yeah, yeah, bet.
No, but Revenge is on ADHD.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember I listened to Revenge when it first came out. I know a lot of people like it. There's something about it that I didn't like. It didn't click with me. Like as
Mhm.
like I remember it was a good song, but I didn't add it. Maybe I need to listen to it again because it's been a while.
It was just like really lyrical and kind of slow at the beginning, and then it really builds up, and it was just, I love it.
Oh really? All right, I'll have to listen to it again then. Oh yeah. So you mentioned when we first started talking about the album.
Yeah.
You said that your plans on going to college and stuff. What are your plans after high school? We never really talked about it on here. I think I know a little bit, but yours are always evolving and growing and stuff. So I'm curious, as of right now, what your plans are since we're approaching senior year.
Um. Well, I'm gonna go out of state. I think that's almost definite. All the colleges. I have like 6 or 7 colleges on the list, and I'm not. What?
That's a lot.
I don't know if I'm gonna audition, like try out for all of them, but like I'm also starting early, so I might as well. I'm to the point where I might. But so okay, so it started out with NYU and Berkeley. Those were like my dream colleges. New
Yeah, I
York
remember that.
University and Berkeley up in Boston because they're both really good for music and
Yeah,
music
and you
tech, which
tried
is what I'm
real
gonna go for.
you tried real hard to get me to go to those two colleges too. You tried really hard, and I was like, dude,
NYU is
I cannot
yeah.
pay
Oh
for
yeah.
NYU, bro.
Here's the thing, I can't either, which led me to drum roll please.
Hold on a sec.
San Diego State University.
Ooh,
I think I told you about it. It's obviously
where's
up in
that
San
at?
Diego, and um, but it's like it's 42,000 out of state,
Yeah,
which is like
so
20,
that's like
30
that's
grand
like
less.
yeah, that's like typical for out of state colleges, though, right?
I think so. Yeah, and I'm
Wait, what state is San Diego in? People are gonna flame me for that, but
California.
okay, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to be wrong. Okay, go
Yeah, it's
ahead.
Mexico. No, I think
Old Mexico.
dude, I looked at it and it looks really California. And I've been thinking about it. I think it'd be really cool. They got a lot of frats there. And so I've been thinking about what would happen if
If you join a frat, like a fraternity thing,
yeah.
I seriously will not be friends with you anymore.
They
I'm
got
sorry.
music fraternities, bro. I didn't know that.
Well, it better be full of a bunch of nerds, dude,
That's
because
probably
you are not frat boy material.
those people those guys on TikTok, they'll be like, "Yo, Josh, do this riff." That he does it. Those are probably from music
No,
frats.
dude, that's crazy. I've been addicted to TikTok recently, but we'll get back to that. But yeah, so keep
Okay,
going. So you're going for musical tech, you said?
yeah, I want to go for music tech. It's actually really hard for San Diego State. There's like I have to listen to like these songs by Bach and have them like memorized before I get there.
Oh
Like
wow.
it's like summer stuff, but I don't know. I think it'll be cool. What about you? What are you talking about? Thinking about?
Okay, so I thought just a lot recently during quarantine because I've had a bunch of plans, but I haven't really decided one. But I think I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do. So the
Hmm.
plan is right after high school, I might try to graduate first semester. If I can't, then I'm not even worried about it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if I, depending on whenever I graduate, I think I'm gonna go into basic military training or BMT or boot camp, whatever you want to call it, for
Hmm.
the Air Force, and I'm gonna do reserves, Air Force Reserve. So usually like 6 year contract for that. So
Okay.
for those of you who don't know the difference between like enlisting, active duty, and reserve is reserve. Active duty is where you'd usually go away for like 4 years, depending on how long you want to work there.
Hmm.
With reserve, I'd go there for 8 weeks, around 8.5 weeks. Basic military training is pretty much like a college, but it's really short, right?
Okay.
And it's boot camp to be pretty much with you for I do boot camp and then I'll come back and then I'll be in reserve, so I won't necessarily be working at a military base. I'll still be able to go to school and stuff, and most likely if I can get it in my contract, which usually they do, they'll pay for my they'll pay for my college.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if it's full ride, but I know it's a sure damn good amount. And
Yeah.
then how it works is when you're in a reserve, 1 weekend out of the month, 1 or 2 weekends, I'm pretty sure it's 1 weekend. 1 weekend out of the month, you just drive down to your base. So usually mine will be the closest to wherever I decide to be like live, right?
Yeah.
I'll drive down to the base and I'll stay there for the weekend and do my job, depending on what it is. I'll probably do photojournalism or just or photography, depending on what they need at the base.
Yeah.
Something to do with photography. And then so I'll just stay there for the weekend and I'll work, and then they send you a really nice check at the end of the month. So from what I've heard is the check at the end of the month is really good. So I'm hoping if they don't pay for my full college, the check is enough to save up eventually to pay for the rest of the college.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I'm not the biggest fan of college, especially for photography, because I believe you can learn photography on your own without having to go to school. But I know it'll make my dad happy, and I know it will look good on
Hmm.
paper, so I decided I'll do it. But I'm not going to pay for it because, the thing was, I think college is great for certain
Certain
jobs. You know what
jobs.
I
Yeah.
mean? But for photography, the kind of photography I want to do is money is inconsistent. I'm not gonna lie
Mhm.
to you. It's not gonna be the best paying job because I'm not planning. If it goes there, if it goes to the point where I'm photographing famous people, which is what I would love to do,
Yeah.
then I'm good. You know what I mean? But if it doesn't get there, then it's gonna be really hard to pay off student loans. It's hard with photography because it's inconsistent. It's a seasonal job for the
Yeah.
most part. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's my plan. And
Hopefully,
then go ahead.
I was gonna say, hopefully can pay off your college, and then having that extra, like, I went to college for photography or whatever,
Yeah.
you'll be like taking pictures for Times magazine. You'll be like like these
Well, see,
models.
yeah, see, I don't want to do anything like that. I would like to have my own business where I take pictures of probably influencers is what I'm going to go for because influencers are popping off right now.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty creative when it comes. I love doing weird creative stuff. So I think
Yeah.
that if I can move to a good city where there's some influencers, then I can hopefully get on that bandwagon and help them out with their
Dude,
promotions and stuff like that.
that's how it's gonna end up. We're gonna end up like meeting in the future. Like, we're gonna go our separate ways. And I'm gonna be an influencer, and you're gonna have your own business, and my agent's gonna hire you. And I come up
Dude,
like all dressed up for like our photo shoot.
yeah,
That's
you're gonna
it.
have the same black and pink suit that I did that one time with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Shameless plug. Benix Collection is my photography Instagram. If you guys would
Oh
love to
yeah,
go
yeah,
check it
yeah.
out,
Dude, those
please
were
do.
fire pictures, man. We need to do another one with my
We need to.
freaking blonde hair.
Oh yeah, did you read I recently or no?
No, it's still blonde. Like, it hasn't
Was it not
anymore.
blonde in any of our pictures? That's crazy.
Yeah, I haven't done a single picture besides when we went and I was in that God is dope.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's the plan right now, and then hopefully. Oh, so another thing with reserve is if a war breaks out, or they just need to deploy me, or I need to be on active duty, and they
yeah.
can call me to active duty at any time within the 6 year contract. So,
All right.
but I'm willing to take that risk. The reason why I chose it over active duty is because I would rather go to college in the reserve and be able to stay home
Mhm.
rather than just leave for only 4 years. You know what I mean? It just
I
sounded
got
a
you.
lot safer and more. I know that I do 4 years, and when I come out, and I can do some of my college while I would be in the 4 year active duty.
Mhm.
But by the way, this is all like I haven't gone to a recruiter yet, so if I'm getting anything wrong, feel free to tell me. Like, actually message me, and tell me because I need to learn this kind of crap. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Me too.
but yeah, that's why I'm doing that. So.
All right. Cool, man. We got our futures figured out.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty funny, I know.
Yeah, you're freaking
I'm
hilarious, dude. You don't
hilarious,
have to
man.
remind me. Okay, before we go any far, I have a question.
What's up?
Before we started this podcast, when you reminded me, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot we were recording today.
Mhm.
Um, and you told me that your phone and your dad has a thing on your phone that shuts it off at 1 a.m. What
Yes.
the fuck is that? And when did that get added? And why did that get added?
Couple
What did
days.
you do?
Nothing,
What?
not me. It's that all of our phones, like all of our kids, the kids' phones have the like parent restriction on it. I guess he put it on there when he gives us new phones or something. But he never used it before until now. He wants to keep us in a good like
So he's putting it on you, and you are turning 18.
he's putting it on me and AJ, but it's got put on there because of Carson, so
You he watching
my little
porn,
brother.
wasn't he? He was
No.
watching porn, wasn't
Nope.
he?
Mm-mm. I can't
Not
use
that, not that
anything on
you
my
have.
phone. I literally can't even text Liv after 1.
Dude, you need to talk to him about that.
I'm not.
That is sad.
I'll go to
That
bed
is,
at 1, and then it lasts from 1 to 6 because he wants us to get better sleep schedules. So I'm like, not that worried about it.
dude, that's sad, man.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
What a dad.
No, I mean, he's a good dad. Today we yeah, actually literally just before uh is why I didn't try to do the podcast earlier. We about 2 hours ago, there was a guy on the side of the street who's in a pickup truck, and his car broke down. He said it broke
Oh
down,
wow.
actually, I don't know if you know, but he said it broke down on 7, and he pushed it over into like our neighborhood, which is pretty far.
Holy crap.
I know. But he was on the side of the road, and so my dad, who was coming back home, he passed him, and he came back home to get me and AJ in case we had to push the car because his back is not great. So he came
Yeah.
back to get the guy, and he's like this older guy, and he's black, and he's got this big white beard. And so he's like,
Yeah.
you got any jumper cables? And so my dad went back, got my mom's car because she has the engine in the front, he doesn't, with jumper cables. They tried to jump it, it didn't work, right? So we had to drive this guy who was like, I don't know, he was seemed like a nice guy. He was really sweaty. I think we got really hot, probably from pushing it.
Oh yeah, and it's also been hot. It's hot outside today.
It's been crazy hot, man.
Yeah, cause I
Liv's
was out all
been
day today.
Olivia's been getting really tan and like sunburnt, and I was like, "Does
I
sun?"
saw that on her story.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Okay, this is totally off like sidetrack. I'll finish my story in a second. But do white people like have to get sunburnt to tan? Like, is that how it works,
Some people don't. I've only been sunburned once. And I burnt my nose, and that
dude?
sucked.
I
But
don't.
yeah, no. I mean, some people, yeah. Like when I was in Jamaica, one of the Jamaica guys told me they were like, they weren't talking to me. They were talking to other guys. He was like, no, no, no. Why are you putting on sunscreen? That's how you white boys work. You burn, you peel, you burn, you peel, you burn, you tan. That's how it works. So so I don't know. Not
That's
for me
awesome.
though. I never burn.
Yeah. Wow. Me neither. Obviously. Dude, I don't know. Okay, no, but we so back to the story. We drove him up to the store so he could buy something, and like I think he had a like bad leg or something. He talked about how he served the country and everything, and my dad was like, "Thank you for your service." And we drove him up, and he had a really hard time getting in and out of the car because like I think one of his legs didn't work. And we were out there after we got the parts and got dad's tools. We were out there for like 2 hours. Just my dad was, and me and AJ were not being. We couldn't help, so we were just sitting back talking about sex and stuff.
Fair enough.
Yes. I don't know. I can't sugarcoat it, man. That's you know.
Yeah, that's still lit though. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You guys helped that guy out there. You don't see a lot of people stop and help people out.
Mhm.
I always try to, but like when it's just me, I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't know who it is.
Yeah, and I'm like a child. My mom would probably kill me.
Yeah. Well, see, uh, that's the thing. That's my dad was like, make sure to be judgy when you do that, because you
Yeah. No.
seriously got
Yeah.
to. But my dad, I mean, he let AJ live with us like the day that I told them. I didn't even
Yeah.
ask them to let AJ live with us. I told them that he was because AJ is my best friend and he lives with us. He'll probably be on a podcast in the future, but he's before he lived with us, he was lived with his aunt and he was gonna have to go to an orphanage
Whoa.
because they
Do,
were.
do, do you want to let him tell the story?
No,
We'll
he's
wait for
he's
that.
he's
No,
super
I'm
open
saying
about it.
like, but like when he gets on the podcast, he
Okay.
can tell a story.
Yep. Okay.
Pretty
Sure.
much, AJ just lives with Jonah now, and it's like his brother, and he's pretty chill. He's lit.
All right.
And then we'll let him dive into it because he knows all the juicy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He'll talk about it forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. Just kidding. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
was there something else you were gonna say to the story? Because I got something I want to say.
To what? The story with the guy we picked up?
Yeah.
No, we're good. Yep. We just helped him
Okay.
out.
Okay. So you mentioned like the TikTok thing on about the frat boys, right?
Yep.
So I have been addicted to TikTok recently, like within the last 3 days.
I'm sorry.
I re-downloaded it. There's
Hmm.
at one point where I made 6 TikToks in one day. Oh my gosh, it was
That
terrible. But
is a
it was
lot.
pretty fun though, dude. But like I've been scrolling through, man, and my girlfriend used to be obsessed with TikTok, but she actually deleted it off her phone
Hmm.
because apparently it got super toxic. Like, and then I started to see some here and there, but I never like or even like finish watching the videos. Like while
Hmm.
I'm scrolling through the For You page, but people are rude on there, man. In the comments, like people are making videos about it, and like it even got Charlie D'Amelio, who I think is like I guess she's like what the top girl and top followed on TikTok. I don't know anything about her,
I
but
don't know.
like even she got made. I saw on like a news thing. It made her upset, man. That sucks. Like people are so rude on social media. It's ruining everything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
because I wasn't big into TikTok until now. My For You page is filled with like the dry humor and like stupid shit that I like. So I never see any crap like that. But like
Yeah.
the thing
Yeah.
with apps like this is if it has an algorithm. So
Yeah.
if you see these sad posts, and if you keep watching these sad posts and like liking them to make the person feel better, which is totally good. That's awesome, right?
Hmm.
But the issue is like with the algorithm, it sees you like that, so that's what it's going to start showing you more. So I understand why people are getting annoyed because all they see is sad and people making fun of each other. You know what I mean? It's not. It just sucks that it always comes down to that.
I don't know.
Makes me sad.
I don't know exactly what you're saying. I mean, I kind of get what you're saying. I feel like people who are trying to like I don't know, people in the comments just making fun of people and for some video they made that ended up hitting. I saw this one guy who tried to do a challenge and he didn't. He was like an older guy and he didn't do it right. And the people in the comments that I saw though were like, hey man, this guy's a real king. Like he did it. He's like, no man, we're proud. That was good. I loved it. And I
Yeah, see,
mean,
not for me, dude. I see some like bad shit, like race. Like I mean, like I see some like racist post on it, dude. Like not
man.
even just the comments, like posts like that. Like for instance, like I didn't realize how rude it was until like recently. Like there's like this one trend where like somebody will post like I don't know if you've seen the TikToks where it's like, yes, we like this, we need this. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like so it was like this white girl, and it
I
was
think
like
so.
and it showed like she was pointing at like a title that said like black men or something over there,
Uh-huh.
and it was like we like this, we need this, we want this, and then like it's like the black guy shows up out of
I remember
nowhere,
that. I've
and
seen that one.
he's like pause on behalf of the
Black
behalf of
community,
the
we do
black
not
community, we
need.
don't want this, and then so we're passing them to the white, and then and then like the white person duets it or whatever, and it's like
Mm.
on behalf of the black community, we do not want her either, so we can pass it. Like that's fucked up. Like imagine the
It was,
girl that was
I
watching that
know.
video. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
So when the Hispanic person stood up and was like, "No, we're passing them to the Asians," I duetted it, and I popped up, and I was like, "Hi, I'm not Asian, but I am taking a shit right now," and I showed myself squatting on the toilet because that's rude. And let me tell you something, lady. If I was single, I wouldn't have a chat with you because
Hmm.
you're a nice lady. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry that they're
Yeah.
making fun of you for
See,
that.
I didn't see the third duet with the Hispanic. I only saw it up to the white guy, and I
With
was
like the
like,
blue hair.
yeah,
Fucking
his.
jackass. He looked like such a dick, dude. Like,
No,
no,
but I saw the
maybe
white
I'm
guy.
judging,
I
but
saw the white guy, and I was like, "That's pretty, dude. That's pretty messed up." And then I looked in the comments, and the top comment was, "I'm Hispanic, and I'll take her."
fair enough.
I was like,
Good.
"Hey, man." I know I didn't
I don't
see
know.
it get meaner at least.
I don't know if you care, but I'm sending it to you right now. You don't have to watch it on the podcast if you want, but if you
I'll,
do,
I'll
go.
pass.
Okay, fair enough.
Most of my,
On behalf of the, I'll pass it. On behalf of this
yeah,
podcast community, I'll
yeah.
hand it to the Logan Paul's podcast.
Okay, okay. Since we're talking about TikToks, okay. Do you
I
favorite
got
your
something
Tik?
else to tell you about some of the TikToks. Yeah, I usually
Okay,
save them. I usually don't favor them.
I have some
I
that
just
like
download them.
save them to your camera roll.
Yeah,
Oh, I
because
remember
I know
that.
there's some that you can't save to your camera roll. So what you do is you send it on Snapchat, and then instead of sending it to someone, you just click the save button when it goes to your video on Snapchat.
Oh,
That's what I do.
cool. No, I just um I
Do the
usually
favorite
just
thing.
if I have one I really really like I like favorite it on TikTok.
Yeah.
But there was this one of this guy and he said deaf people can make TikToks too, and I assumed that he was deaf.
Is
Um,
it the dun 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 dun? Dun? You know what you're
no,
talking about?
it was
Oh.
the song had like a big drum solo. Okay, and so it was like basically he had like all these cabinets open and he went and
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm talking about.
it's
And
so
like
funny, bro.
the beat of the song is like dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun.
yeah,
Shh. But then like all he's closing the cabinets
yeah.
to the run. So like listen, I had this one right, and it's like similar, and I think it's okay because these people are deaf, and
If
like
they're
for instance
making
the one
fun
I'm
of
talking about.
themselves, that's different.
Yeah, that's fine, and like I'm would laughing with you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's one where it's like it's like guys who stutter aren't attractive. This is what the quote is. Guys who stutter aren't attractive. And so he's like guys who stutter aren't attractive, and then when the beat drops he like turns around, and then like they made the song like the guy like the rap guy stutters, dude. It's so funny. I was like, that's so fucked up, but it's great.
Oh my gosh.
There's some gems on TikTok, but there is a lot of like rude shit going around there, so just spread the love, man. Like,
I don't know, mine's
stay
pretty
funny,
lovely.
stay nice.
Lives is
Yeah, mine's
really
good too.
Lives is
Mine's
really
loving.
like boyfriend girlfriend stuff now all the time.
um Yeah, see, mine's just goofy, dry humor shit that I like. It's not, there's not a lot of rude shit, but I do see it posted everywhere else. So I'm guessing that's where it's people who always watch that kind of crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of TikTok, did you know that government workers are banned from having TikTok on their phones? Do you know why?
You know why?
The U.S. government is 99% sure that because the company is owned by China, that they have been tracking our phones and have been recording everything we say, even if you're not on the app, even if the app is closed. So they highly suggest everyone deletes it off their phone, and that's why government workers are banned from having it on their phone. And they can get fired and in big trouble if they have it on their phone.
Huh.
And they're almost 90% sure that it's like this is a fact.
I
They
mean,
figured it out.
if they are, like, it's one of those things, like, if they are, I'd want to delete it from my phone and be like, okay, but, like, I'm not going to make a difference. Google probably has my information anyway, so who am I protecting myself from?
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying the way I see it is if they can like hear your voice when whether you're not on the app, imagine whatever other stuff that they can get off your phone. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
So that, whether or not I'm with you on that. Like I still have it on my phone, but I'm probably gonna end up deleting it soon just because I don't need to like scroll through the social media app my
Mhm.
entire day like I've been doing. So
I don't know. I've seen a lot of things that say like your like FaceTime and things like that can like record what you say, and like your Alexas can record what you say. And
oh yeah, I turned that shit off.
I'm pretty sure they have my information at this point. I'm not. I'm. You
I
know.
gave that to Devin.
I might as well just hand it to them. They're going through all this trouble. I don't want to. Might as well make it easy for them. They don't break a sweat. Um.
Fair enough.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, no, my dad actually was talking about to AJ about it in the car. They were just talking about the virus and everything going around, and they
Oh
were
yeah.
talking about AJ brought up just for goofs, for conversation topic. He was talking about how the theories that China actually started the disease like on
Yeah.
purpose, or like the government knew the disease was happening in China but allowed it to happen because like
It's China, not U.S., and then it
yeah.
spread to the U.S.
Yeah, and my dad
Yeah.
was like, "There's a big trade war going on, so it's possible."
Yeah, I think like it actually came out what actually happened. Do you know what it is?
Well, I know that it came from they think it was from a sweatshop in China, which is like where
Uh,
they have all
that's
these
not what I
animals
heard.
in different cages over top of each other, and so
Oh
viruses
well,
can
yeah.
be easily like they're literally. I saw videos of it. There's literally cages of different animals on top of each other, and so like it's so easy. And then like they have like in the towns they have just meat being sold, and that's where they get the meat from, and it's awful and like inhumane. It's
Yeah,
awful.
I mean, it's hard. Again, we've talked about this in the actual quarantine episode, but
Hmm.
it's hard because we don't know what's true. Yeah, that's why I choose to take everything with a grain of salt because we don't know like
Hmm.
that was actually the workers. Think about how many times you know what I saw on Twitter the other day.
Hmm.
Somebody posted color. How the new technology where they can take black and white photos and bring the color back in. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Yeah.
That's a new, right? And it was like new refined colored photo from the 19, like something like the 1920s, right?
Okay.
And then someone retweeted it and was like, "This person's lying. This is literally me," and posted the original photo. I
Wow.
was like, "You got to be kidding me!" So like, you know what I mean? Like, you
No.
never
Yeah. Yeah.
freaking know. But from what I read from like the most credible website I know, which is not that credible, but is that and I know I've heard this like many places, so I'm pretty sure this is the real one, but I'm not sure still. I just choose not to believe anything. But apparently it was from China, but it's from a private like lab where they were
Hmm.
doing testing on animals, and then it broke out from there. So it wasn't like everyone blaming China. It wasn't China. It was like a
Yeah.
private company in China, is from what I heard.
Well, that's just like a theory that
Yeah, yeah. So I
because
mean,
people don't trust China.
yeah, but no,
I'm
yeah.
not saying I
So
believe it.
yeah, but that's what I'm pretty sure is true. Is it was from like a private company in
Hmm.
China
I don't know.
that accidentally caused it.
I have no idea. Oh, okay. This is a crazy topic that I could only ever talk about with you. Okay.
Oh shit! All
So,
right.
okay, have you ever seen the Vox, the news channel?
Yes.
I watch Vox a lot, and I know it can be biased, especially with government things. It's more democratic. I don't watch the government things really. I like the historical things. And they just put out an episode about how coronavirus has more deaths in African American communities. And I was
Hmm.
I like what okay so like you read that and you're like okay what the fuck like obviously that how is that even possible, we're all human beings, right? We're all equal. And it's not like I'm more susceptible to it, but it's because of there's this thing that used to go on in like the 1900s called blacklining, where they had certain communities that were more in poverty, and
Minorities.
those what
Minorities, right?
yeah, yeah, they had like
Yeah.
the minority population, and so when they were making things like a new highway or a new factories and stuff like that, they would most likely want to make it in places that they saw as less important. And so that was like blacklining, as they had like the red areas where the minorities or the people in poverty, they were less important than these bigger places like the big cities. So in these smaller communities, which end up being predominantly black or were predominantly black, um,
Yeah.
in these smaller communities is where all these factories are being built, and then the air pollution is causing all of that. And I was like, whoa, that's
Oh
crazy.
wow. Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is like, and again, I could be totally wrong here, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt
Oh,
because I'm
me
not sure.
too.
But
I'm
like,
just talking
yeah,
my ass.
yeah, fair enough. But maybe it's like maybe they say black communities, which probably isn't like the best phrase, you know what I mean?
Oh,
But
I
maybe
don't.
the better,
That's what I said though.
yeah, maybe the better word for it is like minority group because I mean I'm pretty sure African Americans are still minority. Like apparently they're growing from being a minority, but they still are, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so maybe it's just because they're a minority. Like obviously they don't get like necessarily better benefits, you know. So maybe that causes them to have to go out more to like fight for what they need. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
maybe that could be why. But it's not like they're purposely going out to go have fun and ignore the government. They
Yeah.
probably just have to.
Hmm.
And this is not just African American community. It's probably like all minority. You know what I mean?
It was just talking about the death toll being higher in like impoverished or like these poverty type places, which makes a lot of sense because people can afford things, and then but their
They,
argument was that that's where all the factories ended up being built, when all this civil rights
then
stuff was going on.
yeah, I mean that sounds kind of negative, but if you think about it, it's probably better that they built the factories because it gave them jobs. So couldn't it be like more positive, like a more positive thing?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, there's both sides to it. I'm not
So
sure. That's
maybe
crazy though.
maybe someone else who was doing it was thinking in a more positive way, and that was looking at it in a more negative perspective. So I don't know because I didn't
I
think
mean,
about that
I
before.
don't know either. I never read that article. I'm just guessing. So like, I
Oh,
mean,
me
even
too.
if they did mean it to be negative or whatever, I mean, hey, like, they gave them jobs. You know what I mean? They're working
That's
at
true.
least. That's good. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, but I've heard things like that. Like, like apparently this has been confirmed, but the whole war on drugs that happened, where like everything got banned, right?
Um,
That was Reagan. It was Reagan who did it, I think, right?
yeah, that was
Yeah, that was
Reagan's big
actually
thing.
that was the whole thing was an attack on the minorities. You know that, right?
Yeah, didn't they like wasn't it cocaine or something that they?
It was everything, everything.
I thought that they like there was conspiracy that they released like cocaine or gave cocaine
Maybe I'm not sure.
and
I
started
haven't
an
looked that
addiction.
far.
I
I
don't
haven't looked that far into it. I've honestly everything I know is from the Joe Rogan podcast is him
know.
talking about it. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Yeah.
this blew my mind. I just finished learning about
Mm.
Rogan from school. Reagan, that guy was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that guy, he had, there was some stuff about him that I didn't know. So that's pretty crazy. Like his whole I mean, I guess I get how it could work, but it definitely didn't. So from what I read, and I could be wrong here because it's quarantine, so who knows if I'm
Yeah.
actually being taught the right stuff. But you know how like we're in like triple billion debt, like we're in so much debt right now, America, right?
Okay. Mm.
U.S. It's because so his whole plan because after all, like his depression and the World War II, and then boom, like we're like rough. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So his plan was to lower taxes on the rich and raise taxes on the poor. Because he thought it would have the rich people spend more money and invest more money, which would cause the federal government to get more money, right? And then
Mm.
somehow they Congress approved that, and then now we're in trillions of dollars in debt. So I don't know what I thought. I mean, it didn't make sense to me. Like me, I don't. But yeah, he was just crazy.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
if
know.
that was his plan, that doesn't sound
Yeah, it doesn't
very.
sound like it worked, and I guess I can see how that would work in theory. You know what I mean?
I guess he was.
But
It feels like he was trying to think outside the box. Like we've been doing this for years. Why don't we try something else?
yeah, but also why raise like what is raising taxes on the poor gonna? Why is that gonna do any like? How is that gonna
It's
help?
supposed to like account for the taxes they're taking out from the rich.
Yeah,
I
yeah, but
guess
don't do it to the poor. I get, yeah, I mean,
doesn't make sense,
fuck.
but
But I mean, the way I see it is like if you're gonna get more money from the rich investing money, then you might as well just sacrifice. I guess that's the way I see it. Is like
mm,
the whole plan for lowering tax on the rich was to get more money. So
yeah,
how is I just understand. So that makes me think maybe that has a part in him attacking the minority too, because the poor was the minority.
it
Yeah, I don't know.
very well could.
That's
I
a
mean, you know, who was the president that gave civil rights to African Americans? Was it Reagan?
oh, bro, I don't think so. I'm not sure. To be honest with you, I'll look it up right now.
I think it
I'll be
was.
like, who was the president during the civil rights movement? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Who was the president during the civil rights movement.
President during civil rights.
Oh, is Lyndon B. Johnson.
Oh.
I've never even heard of that
Oh.
motherfucker in my entire life. That's all I'm gonna say. I've never heard of him before. Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, I never heard, like, I literally was just learning about this. I literally did that article. Oh, he
Wait,
was Asian?
it says despite Kennedy's
Oh, no, it
assassination
wasn't.
in November of 1963, his proposal in the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson.
Oh, so it
So,
was Kennedy and him, I guess you could say.
from all I can hear, Kennedy sounded like a great president.
Yeah, I mean, he almost got us killed by a nuclear war, but
Oh
other than
yeah,
that,
the
he was.
Cuba thing. Well, yeah,
Yeah, other than that, but he still handled that, right? I mean, he still handled that pretty well for the most
I'm
part. I
pretty
mean,
sure.
it didn't happen, so he did something right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He almost caused a nuclear war, but he didn't.
All right,
He's
so wait.
still a great president.
What is
And then
the?
his brother got assassinated too.
It was?
His brother got assassinated right after he did.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Huh. Okay, wait. So, what's the order of these presidents? It's Lyndon B. Johnson. So it goes Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, and then I think it was Reagan.
Maybe I can look that up.
And
Do
I
you know
think
what?
I think it was
I don't know
Reagan,
what.
Nixon, Jimmy
Because
Carter's
Reagan
in
was
there. Some more.
I have no idea. I don't know fucking presidents. I don't give a shit. But all I know is that I know Reagan was the first president to actually be impeached, right? Or was that Nixon?
Um,
Pretty sure
no,
it was Reagan.
I think because I think Nixon was about to be impeached. Like everything was in place for him to be
Oh, so
impeached,
that
but
was
then he
Nixon.
resigned.
Yeah. No. I think he wasn't because the whole thing with impeachment, right, is you get impeached, but that's not necessarily they kick you out. It means they have the ability to kick you out if they want to. I think. So I
Oh,
think he got impeached, and then they didn't kick him out. He resigned before they could kick him out.
yeah, I think we've impeached too, if I'm right.
Two? Really?
Yeah, but I don't know if we've ever kicked someone out with impeachment.
I'm gonna look it up.
Because I remember
What?
a lot of stuff going around when President Trump was. Everyone was like, impeach Trump.
And no, they tried to impeach Trump, but they denied it. That no one,
Mhm.
he survived that shit. What's it? What presidents have been impeached? Oh, history had been impeached by the House. Oh, Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump. So maybe I'm not sure.
We were so wrong. Oh yeah,
we were.
Bill Clinton was impeached.
Maybe that was one I was thinking of.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Have you seen the one where it's like Bill Clinton's a racist? Like they're like all those Bill Clinton haters were like, I mean, everyone had the right to hate Bill Clinton. That's all I'm gonna say. But I think yes, I don't know. But I
They
remember, he
fucking
was at
love.
one of his it was at his realities or is that his one of his rallies, right? And
Mhm.
there's a bunch of people in the crowd who were acting like they were like his followers, and all of a sudden they stood up and were like, Bill Clinton's a rapist, and like they all started holding signs. I was like, that's lit, dude. It was like a secret ninja
That is the
organization.
best rally ever. That's awesome. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do that today. Imagine if imagine if a bunch of us
I don't
did
know
that in a
about
Trump
that.
rally. We would get eaten alive.
Yeah, but we could still do it. This is all. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now, and then
Hmm.
hopefully we can end this politic talk. We have no idea what the fuck we are talking about. That's all I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah. Let's be clear.
Half, half the stuff we said is probably wrong. I'm
Yeah,
not
and
even
we
gonna
don't even
lie
know
to
the
you. We're
order of
just.
the presidents.
Yeah, I mean, like Abraham Lincoln, the first president of the United States. Like, what do you want me to freaking do? Okay, I don't know.
Who the
I don't
fuck
know
is
any of
George
this shit.
Washington?
I'm just. He was a sergeant, right? Like he was like that slave that
Yeah,
was a
he was
spy for
definitely
both
black. I don't
sides.
know what he did, but
But yeah, so like I mean, I'm not sure about anything. I'm just taking a guess here. I just want to
mm,
make that clear right now. So if
okay.
feel free to comment in the comments and tell us
How
that we're
stupid we are.
wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, fabulous. Let's get off this politic talk because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
I want to talk about Netflix. I wrote that down.
Oh, okay, I'm down. I've been watching a lot of Netflix recently.
I've been watching so much Netflix, man.
Yeah, like just recently for me though, because I'm not a Netflix
I got you.
guy.
I got you. I'm also
So
a
what have you
YouTube
been
guy.
watching then?
On Netflix, have you ever seen The Walking Dead?
Oh yeah, dude. I
How
used to
much?
watch it
How
when it
much?
was
You
good.
still do?
I know I watched it when it was good.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I've literally binged shows on Netflix since like middle school, like from like Glee and Lost, back when they were a thing.
See, I never really binged any shows. I don't think I still haven't.
No, I'm a binger, man.
Yeah, but you know what I have been doing?
Hmm.
I have been watching a lot of classics that I need to catch up on. Like the Tarantino movies. Oh my god, I didn't realize how good they were, Jonah.
What are Tarantino movies? What are you talking about?
You know, you've heard of Quentin Tarantino, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, he's just a famous director, but his movies are really well known for being long,
Uh
controversial, slow, and then quick,
huh.
right? But they're really good, dude. Like I didn't expect it. Like I watched Django Unchained in 2012 when it first came out, but I was too young to understand any of it, right? But
Mhm.
watching it now, it's probably one of my favorite movies.
That's
Like
crazy.
seriously. And then I watched the Hateful Eight extended edition. That movie's fucking insane, dude. That movie's really good. Um, it's 4 hours long, but it's really good. And the extended cut. But
Okay.
and then right now I'm gonna finish watching. I want to finish watching it soon. Is The Inglorious Bastards?
Uh huh.
Dad told me it was his favorite movie, and started watching it. I think I'm like an hour in. Dude, it's probably one of my favorite movies of all time already. It's so
Is that what you
funny,
were
so
watching
good.
just a second ago before we podcasted?
No, no, I actually wasn't watching it. Me and Devin started watching Django. I wanted to watch it with her,
Uh huh.
so we were watching it, and then we were gonna finish it today. But then I forgot that we had to film the podcast, so
Oh.
I told her we gotta wait. But yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So we're gonna watch it afterwards.
All right. Um. Yeah. No. Okay. So here's one thing. I'm not a big fan of old or like quote unquote classic movies. I like new things when they come out.
Okay,
I don't know
I
if
get that.
I'm just like okay. So like my mom is like, you've got to see like she wants me to see like Footloose and what's that?
See, listen,
What?
uh, controversial opinion.
Okay.
80s movies are not good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I cannot think of an 80s movie that I liked. Okay,
All right.
I'll give Back to the Future this. I haven't walked it. I haven't watched any of them yet,
Me neither.
but I need to because
Have you
that's an 80s movie I'm willing to give a chance.
have you seen the
Pretty sure it's
Goonies?
80s. Oh yeah, that movie's all right. I like it. It's not bad. It's not. Look,
It's
it
not.
wasn't my childhood, so I can't. That's the reason why I don't like it that much.
It's not
But
like
it's
an
all right.
Oscar winner. Like I don't know what to tell you.
It's yeah. I mean, but I also haven't seen it since I was a kid, so
Oh,
maybe I will like it better now. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I'm
But let me
trying
tell you
to.
something. Tarantino movies, I don't think they're classics. Like he's still making movies today. They're good. You might
Yeah.
have to check some of them out. After the podcast, I'll send you a list of movies by him you should watch.
All
Or
right.
just type in Quentin Tarantino on Netflix and just watch some movies. Definitely watch Django Unchained because see for me, I like slower movies because I'm really into acting. So slower movies you can really like watch the actors and like appreciate them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But Django is one of his movies that to me it didn't feel too slow for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The slow parts were really short, so I'd recommend watching that Django Unchained. It's really good. You know what
So
that's about?
no, no.
You want me to find it, give you a quick synopsis real
Well,
quick?
so what are his movies usually about? Are they action type movies or?
They're really weird. All of them are really interesting. So like, and also one thing about all of them is that they're all in the same universe. They're all completely different stories, but they're all in like the same. They're all supposed to be connected some way
Hmm.
somehow, which is pretty cool. So
Whoa.
Pulp Fiction's one that I need to watch because that's supposed to be one of the best movies of all time. But
Whoa. Yeah, I've heard.
but Django Unchained, for instance, right?
Mhm.
Also, another thing is there's a lot of killing in a lot of them usually, right? But the
Mhm.
blood is so ridiculously gory, it's almost funny, but just enough to where it doesn't take you out of the seriousness of the movies. You know what I mean? And then I feel like if you're like me, like I like dry humor, like
Yeah.
stuff where like they're not trying to make jokes, but it's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it seems like a lot of them are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Django Unchained is about it's based 2 years before the Civil War, and there's this bounty hunter because back then how it worked is you work if you work for the law, you can be a bounty hunter. So they'll like tell you who's wanted, you go kill them, and then bring them back to the court, and then they pay you for it, right?
Uh huh.
So this bounty hunter is looking for these three brothers, and he knows of a slave named Django who came from this plantation that they used to work at before they ran away after they got the bounty on them, right?
Mm.
And so starts the movie starts off with two workers or two slavers carrying a chain, not carrying, but walking a chain of slaves through the woods at night, right?
Hmm.
And then this dentist guy walks up, and I'm not gonna spoil as much as I want to, but pretty much just frees Django, right?
Oh.
He frees Django, and then Django, he pretty much said, listen, like I'm freeing you because the bounty hunter is German, so he doesn't believe in slavery. She's like, I'm freeing you, but I hope that because you free me, you help me out. And obviously
Yeah.
Django's like, yeah, of course. So Django helps him find these people, and then, uh, they get to talking because obviously he like helped save them. So they just chatted on their way to like find these three brothers, right?
Uh-huh.
And it turns out that Django, the reason why he got sold and he was with those slavers was because pretty much him and his wife got split up at the auction. So then
Mhm.
after that point, the bounty hunter's like, how about this? You come work for me, and I promise you to help you find your wife. So the movie is pretty much him about trying to find his wife, and they're gonna buy his wife and set him free. So
Mhm.
it's a really good movie. It's really funny.
Uh-huh.
It's so good. And like Django's a badass. Like it's pretty freaking funny. He always like he's so badass to the white people. He'll always call them like white boys and stuff like that.
Mhm.
There's
Huh.
a lot of N words in it, obviously, but like it makes sense because it's based in that time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really funny. Like there's this one part where like he's in, back then you're not supposed to wear a hat inside the house. It's like disrespectful,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
There's this one part where he walks by this one white guy who's giving him dirty looks, right?
Mhm.
Like obviously, and the white guy's wearing a hat, and he goes, "You're not supposed to wear a house in a hat." Even I know that, white boy. And like walks by. It's like so funny. It's just like it's just it's so stupid. There's some funny stuff
I'm
in it.
trying to think because there was this one movie that I don't know if you've seen it, but it was Leonardo DiCaprio was in it. And it was like um he played like this mentally ill person, like boy, and it was like all like younger Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
I'm trying to
hmm.
think, but he was like you for someone who appreciates acting. This
Yeah.
is like
For instance, Leonardo
teenage.
DiCaprio is in Unchained.
Oh
Is in Django Unchained, and the cool thing about it, Leonardo DiCaprio always plays the main character. He always plays the villain, or he always plays the good guy, right?
yeah.
Well, he plays the villain in this movie.
Oh
Oh
wow.
my god. Oh my, he is such a good villain,
Is
dude.
it really?
He is insane. He's so good.
I can
Like
imagine him being scary.
he's really good. But you have to tell me what movie that is. I might know. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
sure.
one Liv really wanted me to watch, but literally um he plays this boy and like
Fight Club.
it's like one of those things where he can't even like control his actions. Like you can tell like just by looking at him, I don't mean this in any offensive way, that he's mentally disabled and
Yeah.
like mental disorder, which is crazy because obviously Leonardo DiCaprio does not have a mental disorder.
Yeah.
It's like it's insane acting, and you just like would love to see a clip of it. I'll have to find it
It
after this.
it's almost like Joker. Like you went and saw that, right?
Oh, the most recent, yeah, dude, I saw it. No, I didn't
Yeah.
go and see it. I saw it
Like
just the other day on my TV, actually.
like Joaquin Phoenix, like he really does play the mentally ill character, like the mentally ill, like Arthur really well.
Hmm.
Like even like his body language and everything is
Absolutely.
crazy, so good.
That was
Yeah,
that was a thing that really bummed me out because I was talking to Liv about it, and I told her that I was watching Joker because it just came out free on one of the apps in the Roku, and
yeah.
she said, "Oh, I don't like that movie because it inspired so much violence," and I
It,
was, and it
no,
no, don't get me wrong, it absolutely
I'm
did
gonna
because
keep my
people
mouth
were
shut.
making threats.
I don't think it did, dude. If a movie isn't, dude, no. Look, it's not a
I'm not saying
it
it's the director of the movie's fault, but
it's I'm just saying I don't think it inspired much violence. If you're gonna blame the movie for inspiring violence, then you shouldn't have to do it because the movie was specifically made to show an example of how like in my eyes watching them after watching it, to me it was like almost like showing us that how simply just being rude to someone can cause something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was just a
So
total. It
so
wasn't.
someone's gonna so what I'm saying is if some sorry I don't mean to cut you
Very
off,
good.
but if someone's gonna take that movie and then be mad about it and then cause violence, you're doing exactly what the movie warned you not to do.
Yeah,
So I don't blame that on the movie. You know
yeah.
what I mean? I don't blame that on anyone. I blame that on who caused the violence. And honestly,
Which is not what she
I
was
haven't heard
doing.
of
We
it.
talked about that
Yeah.
later. I just want to say.
Wait, what's up?
I said that's not what she was doing. We talked about it.
All
Just
right,
say that
my bad.
because no,
My bad.
your
Yeah,
commentary
I
on
just
yeah.
yeah, I've just heard a lot of people say that, and that kind of bothers me because I'm like, okay, well the movie said not to do that, so if people are doing it,
Hmm.
they're idiots.
I think it was just a beautiful commentary on mental illness, and
Yeah,
it was just
it
came
wasn't
out
a
at a
bad
really bad
movie.
time where people wanted to make threats and wanted to scare people.
Yeah, can you give me an example of like something that someone said expired? Because I haven't heard anything. Like maybe I'm
Well,
just
no, people
ignorant
were
to.
threatening to shoot up the theaters that it played in.
Really?
Yeah, because like
I never heard that shit before.
because before it came out, nobody knew anything. They just knew the Joker was violent, and they knew that in the commercials, there was violence, and so people were like, we're gonna shoot it up. And so it's not necessarily that it inspired violence or that it's necessarily the movie's fault. It's just that people said they were gonna show up to these theaters and shoot people up, so nobody could go see it.
Wow, that's crazy. I never heard that before. That's insane. But and the thing is like that's dumb because after going to watch the movie, like for me, I was scared to watch the movie because I thought they were gonna make this psychopath. I thought they were gonna make us sympathize with him, right?
Hmm.
Which you can't do with how if you haven't seen the movie, you just can't do with how bad Arthur is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But after watching the movie, I don't know about you, I did not sympathize with him. It was perfectly made where, for me at least, it was like instead of being like, no, he had a reason for doing what he did. These people were picking on him. It was more of like oh man, like if they wouldn't have picked on him, he wouldn't have did it. You know what I mean? It
yeah,
wasn't like I
yeah.
wasn't sympathizing with them because he he could have totally not did what he did in the movie. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He's super mentally ill, and like that even brings up the question, like not to get into too conspiracy about the movie, but like it, and I don't want to, throw the ending out there, but the very last like scene of the movie,
Yes.
it's very possible that this was all just the result of
Very
mental
Fight Clubby.
illness.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's one of those things. It's but you're right. You're right.
I don't know.
But I'm
I
talking
don't know.
about something a little different.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, like, I was worried that they were gonna make us try to sympathize with him
yeah. I
because
feel.
he's a monster. You can't sympathize. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And
I think everyone's worried because it's a DC movie.
it was not a. I refuse to call that a super movie, a super comic book movie. There we go.
I
Which
would
is
call it a
beautiful.
comic book movie, but not a super hero movie.
Yeah. It's I think it's a beautiful movie, but what I'm trying to say is they could have named it Arthur Fleck and not had any Batman references
Hmm.
in it, and it would have been a great movie,
Yeah, it would have
and
been
nobody
awesome.
would have suspected. Yeah, so I think it was really well made like that.
Hmm. Yeah. No, it was a really good movie. I just saw it like maybe 2 weeks ago. Like not even.
Yeah, my bad for jumping to conclusions of what you're saying. Liv was saying. I just
No, no,
should have
no,
let you
no.
finish what you're saying.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, I think
But
she
yeah.
should see it too, but
Oh, so she hasn't even watched it yet?
no.
Oh, you need to have her watch
It
it.
was just
I
so
don't know.
much.
For some people, it's a little too much, and I can see what they mean. Like Devin, like we had to stop. Me and Devin started watching, it and we had to stop halfway through it because it just freaked her out too much.
Well, yeah, that's
It's
the
a really,
thing.
it's
Is
a really
like
scary movie. Honestly,
it
it's
is.
it's pretty unsettling to
The
watch.
I think the part about it that really appears probably but really appeals to both of us is how like authentic and real it is, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like we've definitely both dealt, especially me, especially within my family, we dealt with people that had mental issues,
Hmm.
maybe or mental health issues. Maybe not as much as Arthur. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we have. I'm not gonna even name anyone right now because I'm too young to be calling out my family in that
I
way.
think it was
But
just really
it
cool
was
to
it was
see.
really
I love
it
new
was hard to
perspectives, you know?
yeah, it was hard to tell that Arthur Fleck was Joaquin Phoenix and not Arthur Fleck. It
Yeah.
was really hard to tell, and
Hmm.
that's what made it is such a it's a beautiful movie. Honestly, the
Hmm.
music, the cinematography, everything just blended
Clicked, yeah.
together really well. Yeah, yeah, the movie was great.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay, so what about, since we were talking about artists earlier, what about actors? What are your top actors?
Oh, okay.
I guess for
Joaquin
acting.
Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix is number one. He's a little weird, but he can play whoever he wants. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean?
I've only seen him in the one thing, so.
Yeah. You have to check out some of his other movies. He's really good. Ooh, that's a rough one. I really like
I don't know either.
I I really like Tom Hardy. He's really he's I mean
Ooh.
our generation he slept on. He played like in a bunch of other older movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. If you watch the movies where he's actually like accent, he's insane. Like
Yeah.
in these he's in plays in like every single fucking Tarantino movie. So just go watch one of them and you'll see what I'm talking about.
It's crazy to see how old Samuel Jackson really is and like how long
Oh
he's been
yeah.
doing this.
Oh yeah, he's old, dude. He's an old motherfucker out there right now. God, he put me on a spot here, man. If I
I love
thought
Jim
about it for a
Carrey.
second.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing. People don't realize how good he is.
When he switched it up
Um,
and like played in those serious movies, man.
yeah, I mean, his serious movies are insane.
Yeah.
He's a great
And it just
Robert Pattinson is
Robert
really fucking good.
Patterson.
Yeah, he played the vampire in Twilight, Edward. But if you watch
Oh,
his other independent movies, He's a really good actor.
Hmm.
Don't hold him to being Edward. Watch The Lighthouse. I think that's what it's called. The Lighthouse. It has him, and I don't remember his name, but it's the guy who played the Green Goblin in the original Spider-Man movies,
Oh,
the
yeah.
trilogy.
Okay, I know what you're
But
talking about.
he's insane too. I don't know his name is, but he's really good.
Huh.
Um, uh,
I like.
Christian Bale's
Okay,
Christian Bale's really good. If you've watched American Psycho, that's another movie
I
you
haven't
should
seen that.
watch.
I like
You need to watch that one.
Johnny
That
Depp.
one's.
Obviously, he's.
Oh yeah, he's amazing too. He's too quirky for me sometimes.
I watched a gangster movie like recently on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen that. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like Johnny Depp's the main character. It's really good.
Yeah, yeah. You have to. What else was I gonna say? About the American Psycho with Christian Bale in it, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, if you like Joker, you'll love American Psycho. It's another mental health one. It's about psychopaths.
Huh. I do like about psychopaths. That brings up another. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you heard of American Horror Story?
Yeah,
See, it's what's really cool about American Horror Story, and obviously it's a TV show, but like every season is the same actors, but it's a completely different story.
yeah, I've noticed that. But I haven't watched
Like
it
they
yet,
play
really.
different people, but it's like you're like, oh, that was Chris, but now he's John. Like, but
Oh,
you know, but like one of them was like in a mental ward, and one of them was like super sci-fi, and it's super crazy. I love it.
yeah, yeah. That's really it's a really good
Just creative things like that.
Yeah, I really like that show. I like the idea of that show. I need to actually sit down and watch it, but again, I'm not good at binging TV shows.
No, I feel.
Um, Final person I'm gonna have to leave it off with, because I bet you there's so many more that I'm forgetting right now. It really pisses me off, but it's fun. Um, is what's his name? Okay, so I'm not sure what his name is, but he plays Dr. Schultz in Django Unchained, and then he also plays the Colonel in Inglorious Bastards. I haven't even finished that movie yet, but I'll tell you right now, he's a phenomenal actor,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah. Huh.
He's a phenom. He's a unicorn, dude.
No,
He's insane. He's amazing. So,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think of now of girl actors, female actors,
oh,
actresses.
Florence Pugh.
Who?
Florence Pugh.
Florence.
Florence Pugh. She played the main girl. Oh my God, I don't even remember what her name is. But she played the main girl in Midsummer,
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
and that movie was really good. That movie, I had to stop the movie halfway through because it gave me like an anxiety attack. That movie was so good. It's a scary movie.
Wow.
Midsummer, highly recommend. It's really good. Not a lot of jump scares, so if it's jump scares that scare you, you can watch this movie. I think there's one jump scare in
No,
it.
no, no. Have you seen? Okay, I'm really been into horror movies lately, and I like. Have you seen both It movies?
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love those
I actually
movies.
never finished the second one. I was like 15 minutes left. I never finished it, so I never really got to see the conclusion. But I'm pretty sure I know what happened. So.
I love the second one because it's so like scary, but it's also funny. You know,
Oh yeah, dude. He's like Bill,
Bill Hader.
not Bill. Yeah, Bill. He's funny, dude.
He's so funny in real life as a comedian. He's hilarious.
He's really good at mixing horror and comedy. Like you don't see that a lot.
Hmm.
So I give him 10 points for that one.
Just him as a person has really dry humor, and I love it.
Yeah, I love dry humor.
Yeah, me too. Um, hmm.
Top three movies right now. Go.
Okay. Have you ever seen Dunkirk?
No, I haven't.
So it's about D-Day, I believe, where they
Yeah, I
stormed
think you're
Normandy,
right.
and
Yeah.
um, and like it's crazy because it's from the perspective of this one guy, but it's like almost no like lines. Like it's not like a dialogue heavy movie. It's like this
Okay.
guy trying his best to survive on the beaches of Normandy, and then it ends with, and this isn't a spoiler because this is how the actual you know storm
Yeah.
went, actual D-Day went. All the ships from like the locals came and like rescued these army, people in the army,
Oh wow.
and it's like super. And so like it's almost more of a poetic type thing, but it's like so much action that it keeps you involved, you know. But it's not like
Yeah.
I get attached to the character, so and
It's just
so
more
or
like a
whatever.
story. It's more like a doc kind of a
Yeah,
poetic
it's
doc.
like a doc that you're a part of. It's like it's literally just throwing you into the time.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to watch that.
So I guess that would be my number one. My number two, maybe It Too. I like that a lot.
Okay. Okay.
And I like Joker a lot. I like the message behind it. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know. But
Um, I go back and forth between a lot for mine, right?
okay.
Um, Probably number three, right?
Mm.
Start off low here. Number three would probably be Shawshank Redemption.
Ooh, with Morgan
That
Freeman.
yes,
I was
the
thinking
movie
of
is like
that earlier, and I didn't know what it was called.
yeah, that movie is brilliantly acted. I didn't know how good it was until I had to watch it for film study class.
Hmm.
The movie is really good. Number two is definitely Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I know it sounds weird, but
I feel.
for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's it's honestly like it's unbelievable for an animated superhero movie. Like it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. It's really relatable with Miles and him, becoming the new Spider-Man and not knowing how to like live with what he's gonna do because he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It's really good. I really love that movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then number one for a while was Baby Driver.
Dude, I was gonna say that, but I was gonna wait till you finish talking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Baby Driver is probably one of my favorite movies. That movie is so good.
Ansel,
But
whatever his name, I love him so much.
yeah, he's awesome. The movie, and I love music, and that the music is a big part of that movie. It's not a
Hmm.
musical, but the music is still a really big part of it.
Hmm.
Um, but on top of that, like it's really hard. Recently, I've been trying to watch a lot of movies, and a lot. Like I said, I've been talking about them a lot this episode. A lot of Tarantino movies are pretty fucking good. I did not expect. I did not expect them to be that good, and they are. So
Huh.
that'd probably be my top three though for right now still.
I'll sit down with Liv and we'll have to give him a watch.
If anything, I might have to knock out Shawshank and put Django on there.
Okay.
But listen, I haven't finished Inglorious Bastards, but that might take the number one spot.
Mm.
First 30 minutes is probably one of my favorite movies.
Mm.
The beginning of the movies. Another thing that you were asking me like what his movie what her movies are like, right? He always has like almost like three different sets of characters, and
Uh-huh.
you'll split up and watch like what's happening right here, and then you'll see what was happening with these characters at the same time, and then you'll see what's happening with these characters at the same time, and then they'll all meet
Hey,
at the end for the finale. It's pretty sick,
that's pretty dope.
dude. Yeah.
Have you seen Glass?
Oh no, dude! I haven't even watched any of the movies in that series yet.
Ugh, Glass.
I haven't.
I've only seen
It's
Glass. I
on.
can only say
Yeah,
that. So
that's the third. It's a trilogy. How have you not seen it?
I didn't know it was a trilogy until after the movie.
Oh my god! Yeah, you have to watch. So I need to watch Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass.
Hmm.
Right? That's what it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't Morgan or isn't Sam in that one too?
Wait, who?
Samuel L. Jackson? Isn't he
Samuel L.
the?
Jackson is in it, and Bruce
He's
Willis.
Mr. Yeah, he's Mr. Glass, right? Is
Yes.
it Mr. Glass or Doctor Glass? I don't know. It's one of those
Is it
guys.
Samuel?
Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm
Yes.
trying to. No, I'm trying to think if it's actually Samuel or not. I don't
It's
remember.
definitely Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, you're probably right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
He just
think.
has. He
Yeah.
just looks different. He has like gray hair in it.
Yes.
I don't remember now. Yeah, no, I love Baby Driver. Um, I loved Glass. It was really good. I like a lot of series is like based off of books, like the Divergent series and the Maze Runner series.
Yeah. I like a lot of those, but I think it takes me out that they're different. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It takes me out that they're different from the books, which I
Oh
understand
yeah, I
why
got
they
you. I
have to
got
be, and I'm not going to be to sit here and complain.
you.
The
Hmm.
book was better because they're. It's almost like a lot of times they're completely different stories for the most part. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I
Yeah.
feel like at least, but they're still really good. So they're just not my favorite personally.
No, I get it. Um, I'm trying to think. I think there was. Oh, there was one more I wanted to talk about. So there's this. I don't know if you noticed, but Netflix has been doing like the top tens. I think we talked about it before.
Oh yeah.
You like
No,
the.
we haven't talked about it before, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. So there's like the top 10 trending movies or whatever or shows, and one of them,
Yes.
uh, I think it was called The Heist, but it was originally all these Spanish actors, so it's actually in Spanish, and you have to watch it with subtitles. But it's literally
Uh.
about these people that did a heist on like this huge bank, and they stayed there for like 2 weeks, and they printed money, and I thought it was a really crazy show.
Oh wow, I have to watch that
I
one
just
then.
love heists, man. I think it's a crazy idea.
You know what I've really been into recently?
Hmm.
Western movies.
Oh man,
Uh,
I'm not with
It's
you there.
weird because I don't like Western movies. So then recently, like for instance, Django changed my whole fucking mind, dude. You gotta watch Django. You
Maybe
need
it'll
to watch
change my
that
mind.
tonight.
What is what is that one movie that was really shoot had Ryan
What?
Gosling in it? There's one movie that had Ryan Gosling in it.
I don't even know who the hell that is. I'm not good with names.
La La Land.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
You don't know who he is though?
No.
Hold on. Oh,
I'll look
Blade
him up.
Runner.
Oh,
You ever seen Blade
that's
Runner?
an old the reboot or the original?
I've seen the reboot only, I think.
See, I ain't even seen either of them. I don't know why I fucking asked that question.
it,
But
the reboot was crazy.
really?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it
I
was
looked him up. Yeah.
yeah. I watched it with a friend, so
Oh, he's in the Notebook.
we're both looking it up.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Steve Carell. Okay, what about funny actors? There are a lot of actors that are known for being funny,
So like, are you talking about like acting like
like Jack
good like?
Black.
Okay, so like goofy actors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Adam Sandler.
Oh, I love Adam
I,
Sandler
I don't want to put Jim Carrey on the list only because he's genuinely a really talented actor, but Jim Carrey is gonna go on the list anyways.
because he's so
And,
funny, bro.
when I say Adam Sandler, I mean his entire friend group. By the way, you know
Oh
the ones who are in
yes,
every
oh
single. So
yes.
like David
The
Spade, Adam
entire
Sandler.
cast of Grown Ups,
Exactly. Yeah, they're all in one group.
which is probably in my top five, to be
But
honest.
yeah, I gotta yeah. So look, it would go Jim Carrey's third, which is he's only third as a comedian actor. But if you go into his talented, he's probably up there even higher. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But next, the Adam Sandler crew, right?
yeah.
And then third, I'm looking it up right now because I don't know what his name is, but he's probably one of the funniest fucking people I've ever met in my entire life. Even though I've never met him, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
T.J. Miller.
T.J. Miller.
He's Deadpool's best friend.
yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah. The guy with the
Yeah,
glasses. Yeah.
yeah, curly headed guy. Have you seen Underwater?
No,
Okay, he's in Underwater and he's probably the funniest part of the whole movie. Once
actually.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I stopped watching the movie because something happened to him.
Oh.
But he's probably one of the funniest people I've ever fucking met.
I'm probably
Or
gonna
seen in my
have to.
entire
Well,
life.
also, he's like. I feel like he's like king of dry humor.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, there's this one part, like the whole part, like his whole movie thing is right. Like he is, so he's like in the underwater movie, he's like carries around this stuffed animal wherever he goes, no matter what, right?
Uh huh.
And he
Yeah.
has to like go underwater to do something. And he like gives it to like this terrified girl who's like he should not have gave it to her, but he's like take care of this for me. And as he goes under, he's like if you lose it, I'll fucking haunt you. Like if when he dies, dude, it's so funny. Like he's hilarious.
yeah. That you were talking about Deadpool. What's his name? Ryan.
No, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. He's probably top of my list, to be honest.
Yeah, he's funny and he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
since Deadpool, I feel like he's hit like a spike. Like he's been on every
oh really?
commercial.
You should have seen him before Deadpool. He had a lot of movies before Deadpool.
No,
There was like a
I
big
knew, but
there was a
like,
big gap in between his before movies and
uh-huh.
then after and then post Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
His movies before Deadpool were probably better than the Deadpool, but Deadpool is pretty good because I feel like Deadpool is like all he's been in recently, though, right?
Uh-huh. Well, I don't
I
know.
mean,
I just know he's been in all these commercials. Oh,
oh
but
really?
he was in Detective Pikachu.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
It's funny because he plays Pikachu.
Fair enough. I was surprised they put him as Pikachu, but I heard he did really good at it.
Yeah, I mean it's, puts a spin on
It
it.
is Adam. Yeah. You
Um
got anything else you wanted to talk about here?
you like Rick and Morty, right?
Don't even get me fucking started, bro.
Yes, sir. I
Yes, I
freaking
love
love Rick and Morty, man.
Yes,
It's
Rick
my
and
number
Morty's
one.
funny. Yeah, it's really good. Everyone watch that show, please, God.
Yeah. I
I
think that's it.
think that's it. We had talked about a lot of stuff for not really having a topic for today, and
Yeah,
we went for a while. I think this is one of our longest podcasts, right?
it is. Yep, we went from music to politics to
To
uh
college,
to movies.
to TikTok, to movies. We went through a whole bunch of shit today. It's probably one of my favorite episodes, honestly.
Yeah.
Just sitting and chatting. It was really good. Well, hey, are you gonna do the outro? You got this one?
All right, I got this.
I'll
Hold on, give me a sec.
fucking kill you.
Hey, what?
What?
God, I can do it.
Go for it.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. We love you guys. You guys are great. please join us in the next podcast. If you have anything to say, if you hate our guts, just let us know, Hit us
Please
up.
complain in the comments if you don't like us. I want to hear your hate comments.
I will find you.
Alright,
All
be
right.
sure to check us out on Spotify, iTunes. Just kidding. We don't have them posted on there, but I always say that. What the fuck?
SoundCloud and YouTube.
For such a good podcast, really fucked up the ending, dude.
Dude, no, we didn't. Everything's fine. Thanks so much for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.